Hey people, Indrid here, 1v1, Vulcan Pits blue team, or blue side rather. It's Cry with a Chaos Lord, a durable and destructive hero walking through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption, fighting in melee, the World Eater's elite scheme here. Up against Adila, where's he gone? There he is, a Force Commander, very strong offense, fighting in melee, can also tank, disrupt and support the Dark Angels DLC with the robes and that. Classic matchup, I think, Force Commander versus Chaos Lord. Over the years, well, ever since Chaos Rising released, I guess. Are they going to go and throw down at this VP? Maybe. CSM wandering around the mid looking for scouts to shoot at. And they found Tactical Marines who are busy capping, very studiously capping over there. They will not be disturbed. There we go. They finished it. They can go for the heavy cover, pop their Kraken bolts. Although the CSM are also behind heavy cover. Not sure about that guy on the left though. Heretics in the background there capping. We do have more heretics up for Cry. First squad on the VP. Natural VPs in the north and west, quite close together. And the contested in the southeast corner. And we are seeing the two heroes throw down. Chaos Lord going after scouts now. Trying to get models off them, of course. Adila has another squad up. Here they are. And some fisticuffs in the mid. Here come heretics though. Doom Blast. And a bunch of melee. Can they get a model off the Tactical Marines? No, they can't. There's some Corn Worship for +2 speed. Don't think it's going to help too much. Then they can turn it and fight the Force Commander. Chaos Lord took a lot of damage because he was chasing the scouts all that time and the Force Commander was bolt pistoling and getting little hits in, I think. Now they're on the CSM. Some Corn Worship to help them get away. Might be worth Doom Blasting that guy though. Battle Cry is popped. Shotgun scouts are here. There's the blast. Shotgun blast on the fellas that started worshipping Corn. So that they weren't knocked over, I guess. Very, very cheeky. And now they're being swarmed by the heretics. 489 to 500. There's a Doom Blast. Might get a model off those fellas. No, they didn't. I don't think they got any models. Don't think so. No XP for all that effort, eh? Yeah, not a lick of XP for anyone. The scouts got a bit, and the Force Commander got a bit for stabbing and shooting at the heretics, I guess. They are falling over quite a lot. Havoc's on the field now for Cry, with a heavy bolter can cover this entire area, as you can see here. And the CSM never left the field. They're still in play. Quite low, pretty close to half hit points there. Tactical Marines under heavy fire, under suppression. Can they do this without losing a model? It's going to be tough. They're trying to get to the cover now. Shotgun scouts come in with the flank, but they can't shotgun blast the fella that has the heavy bolter, apparently. They need to be manually targeting the Tactical Marines there, they do, but the retreat is in time. Scouts now tie them up. They should have just done that immediately, I think, instead of the blast. To save the blast for melee heretics or something. Grenade from the scouts. Nope, cancelled. Was trying to get those guys to retreat, but smartly Cry waits for the Chaos Lord to show up before they do. So he can put pressure on. He's killed a weak, and we have a combi flamer. That'll help him peel off these scout models. There we go. Just got one. Almost 32 piercing DPS as he runs around and chases you is kind of nasty. Taking a lot of damage. That was a good grenade too from Adila. Does get away, I think, unless the other grenade is good, and it is, and it's a nice kill with the grenade on retreat there. Havocs, did they drop a model? I don't think they did. Heretics barreling in with a Doom Blast. Battle Crying Force Commander disrupts them. Bunch of heretics fell over there. Lost half their squad on that tiny little push they tried to do. That's heretics for you. Only 75 hit points per model by default when they don't have their aspiring champion or any levels. Do we have Eternal War on these fellas? Nope. That would also help them peel off those scout models. Chaos Lord has been repurchased for the 250 wreck, I assume. They waited. This is not a good push for the heretics here. These guys have shotguns and a grenade. Just leave them alone, I say. Yep, they're just turning away. One instance where the indicators on top of a squad are very helpful because you can't always get close enough to see if they're physically carrying the shotguns. You can tell when they have 4 models, of course, and they have the grenade. 483 to 500 very early on. Might see a grenade here. They're trying to fish for a grenade opening, I think. CSM trying to force melee combat, but there's Kraken Bolt's tactical marines. They might need to run. Yeah, I need to run. But they would have dropped another model, I think. Big grenade throw is a good one. It's a really good one. Unlucky not to get 2 models off those fellas there. But got one. I mean, if your grenade kills 1 model, I think it's worth it. There is some opportunity cost, of course. You can't use it again for 60 seconds or so, but getting a model is good enough. Got a tactical marine there, did the Chaos Lord. That'll be a big chunk of XP for them, and here comes the Dark Halo to be even more annoying and persistent in the field. Can they get another tactical marine? There's killed a weak. Hit 2 models, I think that's not bad. That's a starting ability of the Chaos Lord. Does an AoE attack around him, and for every model he hits, he gets some health back. Although I don't think I've ever looked up exactly how that works. Like, how much health does he get back per model? Is it percentage based? Is it a flat amount? I have no idea. Someone let us know in the comments, I'm sure. And we have Harness of Rage now. Chaos Lord used that to power the Dark Halo. Also great help for Raptors and Bloodletters and stuff, because as you see here, it grants energy to allies around the Chaos Lord. One of the very few kind of support war gear that Chaos have. Well, I guess the Plague Champion has a bunch of it, but the Chaos Lord typically doesn't. Sorcerer also has the Sword of Flame and stuff, and Demonic Armor. So there is some, but typically not the Chaos Lord. It's all about the Lording of Chaos. Are you going to shoot your Combi Flamer? Sometimes he does this, but he just doesn't shoot his Combi Flamer. I'm not sure if it's like a range thing. If he's within a certain range, the animation doesn't stop, but he just did it there. It was very close to those scouts. The Assault Marines jumping through. There's some Corn Worship, helps him get into those Tactical Marines quickly. Does have a power melee weapon by default, although it's only 26 DPS or something. Killed a weak was pretty good. Used the shield to great effect. Look how long this guy's been in the field here. Getting some energy back for the shield too. Able to be very, very persistent. And gets the scout model. And maybe another? No, has to retreat. Has to retreat. The map is 2-1 for Cry, the blue Chaos side. The Assault Squad here. Jump troops that can disrupt units when they land. 400 hit points per model of heavy infantry armor too. Tier 2 for Adila. Razorback perhaps. Kraken Bolts on the CSM. Kraken Bolts gives the Tactical Marines 20% more damage versus heavy infantry, which is what CSM are. And all Marines in general. There are exceptions like Plague Marines and stuff. Right in base here is Adila. Assault Squad able to jump out, maybe get onto the power. They're going to fight the Chaos Lord, I think. There's Killed a Weak. Gets a good hit on all 3 models back there. Meanwhile, Heretics scaring off Tacs and Scouts. Almost got a TAC model. Almost got an Assault Marine model, but as usual, Space Marines are very hard to kill. Even Scouts, when they're used well, can be really hard to kill. These guys are decapping a fully matured wreck point there. Go on, Combi Flamer. Why aren't you shooting? What are the rules of this Combi Flamer? Sometimes it shoots, sometimes it doesn't. There we go. Little burst of damage. See the Harness of Rage giving some energy to the CSM there, although they don't use it. I'm not sure why they even have an energy bar, to be honest. 414 to 451. Towards the northwest now. Heretics gonna have a rough time here. Those guys have grenades, and the Tactical Marines can shoot them up too. Even get into some melee, maybe hold them in place with a grenade. And he decides to turn around. Tier 2 for Cry. Adila's already there, but did not purchase anything. Does that mean they want a Dreadnought? Or do they just want a quick Tier 3 here? Don't see any Tier 2 upgrades either, suggesting they want the Dreadnoughts, which might dissuade Cry from getting those Bloodletters up, which I'm sure they would love to have. Bloodletters tear through Assault Marines and Tactical Marines very well. There's Malignant Blindness, but these guys have vision because the Force Commander's right on the gens. Malignant Blindness is a global from the Chaos Lord, which reduces sight range a significant amount for all enemy units. It's pretty damn good. Especially if you pop it just before like a big fight in a 3v3 or something. It can really mess up the team. That's attacking Dreadnought it is for Adila. Cry can transition these Havocs into las cannon to combat that. Maybe get some Plague Marines as well, because they're going to get jumped and stuff. Assault Squad get their Sergeant on the way for the Merciless Strike, which is bad news for Heretics. Force Commanders on the power, going to get a full bash. Maybe. Grenade it to finish it off, I say. Looks like they're not going to do that right now. Come Heretics. Doom blasting the Force Commander. A little flank here from Cry. Not sure what these scouts are doing here. Keeping pressure on the Havocs. They might chuck a grenade on them, actually. There's a grenade. Just waited for them to set up so that it will take them ages to move. And there's the kill. Nicely done by Adila. Those scouts retreat as well. Force Commander's doing well here. No War Gear level 3. Seems very sticky. Blood Crusher cancelled. Plague Marines on the way. They just spotted the Dreadnought maybe, or maybe the Heretics spotted it. Get that off-white colour scheme because it's Dark Angels and stuff. What do they call the Dreadnoughts though? Because the Terminators are Deathwing, aren't they, or something? Yeah, Deathwing. There's Ravenwing. I'm not sure if they have a special name for their off-white Dreadnoughts. So Cry with just the Plague Marines to help against the Dreadnoughts. It might not be enough, especially with Sergeant Assault Squad to jump in. Dreadnought taking smacks against the Chaos Lord. Starts off as a full-on melee unit for Space Marines. Good Merciless Strike on those Heretics. Waited for them to fully get into combat. So you can hit as many models as possible. Plague Marines got one shot at least on the Dreadnought there. Made it back away. Assault Squad straight on them, but they might drop a model here. Or are they not? Wow, they didn't drop a model. Wonder if it's worth this guy getting claws up, but they're so expensive. It would really mess up the Assault Squad though. Make them think twice about jumping. Especially with how quickly they attack and how quickly they get energy back and stuff to power this Dark Halo. Combi Flame has done okay though. Has it? He hasn't leveled. I mean, it's done a bunch of damage that wouldn't have been done ordinarily, I suppose. Now trying to get a Tactical Marine, and gets a Tactical Marine. Heretics get in on the scouts there. Did they grenade them? They might have. They're missing some energy. On the power is Cry. Dreadnought taking shots. Just kind of hanging out. Not sure what's going on there. There we go. Now he's moving. 379 to 320. Note that the Plague Marine missile shots do snare vehicles as well, which is why the Dreadnought was moving so slowly there and had that red circle around them. Red circle around these Assault Marines, but they simply got too close to the Plague Marines, which are very, very stinky boys, and they slow you down. Chaos Lord should have the shield up here, surely. Uses Kill the Weak. Shield pops on now. Blood Crusher on the way for Cry. Gonna need to avoid the Dreadnoughts, but there isn't any other anti-vehicle on the field for Adila. They can quickly adapt, of course, with the missile launchers and melter bombs and power fists. Force Commander just teleporting on the Heretics and almost got them. Might get them actually with the bolt pistol. Is it going to fire? There it is. One hit point. Oh, that one missed. That shot missed and they got away. 361 to 320. We have an Assault Cannon Dreadnought now, so it loses the melee resistance. I still don't think a Dreadnought, a Blood Crusher wants to fight it though, because Blood Crushers also don't have melee resistance ever, and they only have 600 hit points, so they would lose that fight, I assume. Quite handily, probably, because these guys have double the hit points. And still 73 heavy melee DPS. Scouts getting too close to stuff, spotted by the aspiring champion there when they're trying to sneak around. Blood Crusher could do well here now, without that melee Dreadnought around to threaten it quite as much. Could still just put the Dreadnought on melee stance, of course. Going after it with the pressure from the Plague Marine. There's some Corn Worship as well. Got to keep moving. Got to fire and move. Fire and move. Cry knows, of course. Force Commander just levels to 4, gets the Power Fist. Bad news for the Blood Crusher. There's Flesh over Steel. It's going to be at the end of it, I think. Dreadnought doesn't want to get involved because of the Plague Marines being there. Oh, can it get away? Can it charge away? Oh, it's got no energy, of course. Might be alright. Force Commander put 4D Emperor on himself there, which is why those hits were doing so much damage. Couldn't get it done though. Blood Crusher gets away. I thought it was going to be over with. Thought it was going to be over with. If the Dreadnought stayed around for some melee, it would have died for sure. But the Plague Marines being there, scared it off. 316 to 320 on the VPs. 2-1 for Adila. Both the vehicles on the field survive. Although the Blood Crusher can be worshipped, of course, because it's a demon. To great effect. Chaos Lord is attacking the ground. He's so annoyed. Force Commander now getting Artificer for some extra tank ability. Kills a Plague Marine. Probably not worth reinforcing that fella. But we'll see. Chaos Lord needs to run. Are they going to grenade? No. I'm not sure if 2 grenades would have been enough there. Might have been. They hit flush. Some Khorne worship in base helping that Blood Crusher. Although I believe it's quicker to repair it. It doesn't get health regen from the base, I don't think. Or does it? No. You can see the health going up smoothly from the worship. It's not going up in little 2% jumps from the base. Grenade. Oh. It went up there, apparently. Bloodletters on the way now for Cry. That could be a big deal. Because none of the infantry want to mess with those guys. Chaos Lord goes for the VP, taking a bunch of damage to his shield from the assault cannon there. Blood Crusher goes after it. Plague Marines with Khorne worship going after it. So we do have missile launch attacks though now. Bloodletters are not around to get on them. Did the Chaos Space Marines get a mark? Oh, they did get Mark of Zinch. Yeah, I think we saw that earlier. It's a good barrage. Only kills 1 CSM model though, but does force them off. Here come Bloodletters with some more heretics too. Need to be careful of a grenade, these heretics here. Tactical Marines tying up the Plague Marines. Here comes the Blood Crusher again though, under some Khorne worship too. And here's a blob of Chaos melee stuff here. Tactical Marines. Can they teleport on them? I think they should. Bloodletters are not teleporting back. Or rather forward. Now they're just chopping up scouts. Blood Crusher's going to try and finish off this Dreadnought. Might get it done and does get it done. A heroic Blood Crusher there. 227 to 320. Weakened by the Plague Marines. Could not stand up to that Blood Crusher melee under Khorne worship, of course. Chaos Lord frustrates the Force Commander, who now tries to kill some heretics, which is basically his job in life. Levels up to something. 4, 5. Chaos Lord, meanwhile, is level 2. Doesn't have a bunch of heretics to slaughter like the Force Commander has. CSM deciding not to get the VP, I guess. They're going to come and fight. Missile launch attacks need to be tied up here. Bloodletters coming in. That is a nasty teleport location right behind those guys, and they are going to get shredded by the Bloodletters. Demons with power melee damage can teleport, as you've seen. Can also phase out of existence to avoid damage. Blood Crusher on the assault squad. Tactical Marines lucky to get away at all, let alone with 2 models there, I think. But they did, and there's some Khorne worship again, using the worship really well. His Cry turned the tables here. The Bloodletters coming out was the turning point. Not sure what Adila's plan is. More Bloodletters on the way. Do they need tier 3 and tanks? Oh, they've gone tier 3 as Cry, so has Adila. You have tons of red. They could get Terminators. Would you get Terminators here? I suppose so. Bloodletters do a lot of damage to Terminators, but they do have a lot of hit points to hold them in place. Force Commander can battle Cry, which is great for Terminators because they already have quite high damage. Flesh over Stealer on the Blood Crusher. Can attacks get on it? Heretics and Bloodletters are there. Heretics getting messed up though. Bloodletters kind of getting stuck in combat a bit. They get shotgun blasted. Can't suppress those guys, but can knock them over. And there's the phase out of existence. Tactical Marines are persuaded to leave. For the Emperor on himself there, the Force Commander, but good usage of the charge from Cry to knock him over and prevent those hits coming in. Made him waste the global basically. Oh, maybe not. Gets a kill. I think he would have got that kill anyway though. Chaos Lord is very low. Good usage of the teleport though. Plasma Cannon misses. Blood Crusher's done some work. Deserves to be level 2, surely. Oh, Adila does not go tier 3. Gets a Plasma Cannon instead. And here comes a Chaos Predator. If they can micro that Predator around well, that's going to be a massive pain in the ass. I mean, look how many threats Adila has to face now. Bloodletters, the Blood Crusher, the Chaos Lord himself. DeMarco Zinch CSM putting out tons of DPS, and of course a swarm of melee heretics still. But they've cancelled the tank. Great unclean one, do they want? They might be. Need a bunch more requisition. Doesn't quite have the red for Terminators. 215 to 284. Red for Chaos is called Favor, I think, isn't it? I think that's right. Plasma Cannon misses. Bloodletters go for the VP here. Blood Crusher can maybe harass those scouts. Double for Adila. But look at those Marco Zinch CSM. Are they going to force the jump? That is so much damage. They get away without a model loss. Lucky Assault. Oh, they are level 3 though. Assault Marines get away. 181 to 284. Blood Crusher is indeed harassing scouts. Some Khorne worship for the Bloodletters. They're not attacking though. Were they phased out there? Maybe they were. 166 to 284. Here comes the Force Commander. Wants a word with the Blood Crusher. Flesh over Steel goes in. Don't know if it lasts. It's not going to last long enough to get the kill without for the Emperor, I don't think. Blood Crusher's already turned around to leave. There we go. Charges out. Which has the AoE knockback. Bloodletters have found Tactical Marines, although they did pop. And they show no fear and have some support now. Having to back away. Cry backs up the worship a bit. Little bit of micro there. Makes a difference. And now the Heretics. Oh! We have the Global Bloodlust popped from a Chaos Lord. Each landed hit buffs damage for both melee and ranged attacks, although melee attacks buff the damage more. I think Bloodlet is getting very low. Can they jump? Oh, they can't jump again. Scouts looking for a grenade. There's Malignant Blindness. Grenade is good and gets the Bloodletter. They were blinded and they still got the grenade. I mean, really nice thinking from Cry to try and blind them. Blood Crusher also goes down. Force Commander gets into base to try and finish off the Heretics. But now they're getting messed up by base turrets and they're going to just die, I think. Yeah. They must have been looking at the Assault Squad for a second there. 136 to 284. Topsy-turvy. Topsy-turvy. Both players are tier 3. In fact, a great unclean one is waddling out of base now. Super unit for Chaos. Greater Demon of Nurgle. Passively damages nearby enemies just by his mere presence and has some nasty abilities too. Can consume units to get some energy back because he uses quite a lot of it for his abilities and stuff. Over 6,000 hit points of super heavy infantry armor, so you want melter damage and plasma damage and power melee to do the work. Although anti-vehicle weapons will also help. Level 4 tax here with the missile launcher. Not quite as DPS efficient as having a plasma gun versus this guy though. Chaos Lord is still down, which is a big deal. It was doing a lot of work, the Chaos Lord. Was being used very well to tie things up. Put pressure on. Tax getting some free shots on Heretics here. There's the Foul Snare. This guy is a demon, of course, so worshipping does a lot of work. Khorne worship, pretty damn good too for the +2 speed on that big fella. Force Commander is also down, of course. Can the Heretics grab this VP? Down to 93 is Cry. There's Cloud of Flies. Only does single target damage with his attacks, a Great Unclean One. It is a lot of damage though. Heretics easily able to dodge the grenade there. Level 4 scouts. Chaos Lord is back. Doesn't want to instantly die though, needs to be careful here. Puts his shield up a little bit. Assault squad jumping away. Oh, I thought they were going to stick and try and kill him, but they want the VP, I guess. Gonna have to jump these fellas. One died in the air, which was fun. Little bit of Khorne worship back there to help them move. 87 to 284. Cry has now taken the southeast VP. And his attacks are going to have a bad day in a second. Because here's the Marco CSM fellas. Need to plant their feet and shoot. There we go. Able to get a decap though. Uh-oh. Plasma Cannon almost wiping out those CSM, or not wiping them out. Would have been fine at level 3, I think, even with a flush hit. Southeast though. 87 to 279. Scouts be a decapping. Bloodletters part 2 on the way for Cry. Look at the red Adila has. Can spam some more for the Emperors and stuff. Maybe even get a drop pod in for some tax and plasma gun stuff. But I'm sure they have their eye on Terminators here. 85 to 279. Assault squad forcing off the CSM. Plasma cannon friendly fire. Just that one fella alive. Foul snare. Really messed up the scouts there. Heretics chopping them. These guys are level 4. Over 1,000 hit points on those fellas now. Go straight back for the VP. I don't think these guys want to jump it with the... Uh-oh. With the Great Unclean One there. This is Terminators. Assault Terminators, actually. Deathwing colours, of course. Oh, Nurgle's Vomit, or whatever it's called, misses. Oh, there it is. And it still missed. The other one was just a special attack. Some Khorne worship. These guys have heavy melee thunder hammers that can damage all targets. Blood sacrifice, bloodletters there, I think. No, these are real bloodletters. These are real bloodletters. I think they should have got some... Oh, there's both, I think. Yeah, there's both. Okay. Gonna say it's a great time to get some blood sacrifice bloodletters, and I thought I saw it back there. Assault Terminators having to get out. Being Terminators, they cannot retreat, but they can teleport. Although it's got relatively long cooldown. Heretics wiping out there thanks to scouts. They did get one of the Terminators. Plasma Cannon's frustrating the Chaos Lord here, puts his shield up. But that doesn't help him against that knockback. The ability knockback those guys have. Down to 44 VPs, down to 43. Can Adila close this out now? Great Unclean One's a massive problem, of course. Might need to go back to base though, because there's a lot of health he's lost there. Soaked up so much damage. Chaos Lord now level 4. Bloodletters are right there, fellas. This is not a good cap for you. Don't think Adila has realised they seem to be... Oh, they're jumping out, okay. Did they lose one? I don't think they even lost one there. Got their sergeant at an awkward time, so he felt like he had to jump at the end. 29 to 279. Foul snare. Did it kill him? I didn't quite kill him. It's a weird foul snare. It seemed to knock him backwards rather than pull him in. Bit odd. Phasing out the bloodletters there. Scouts go sneaky. They're going for the VP, obviously. 2 to 1 for Cry, but they've got a lot of VPs to make up. Here comes a Chaos Predator now for Cry. Probably Mark of Khorne. The Vomit misses again, or was that just a special attack? Or did it hit them? It would knock them back, wouldn't it? I think so. Didn't seem to take a huge amount of damage from it. It seemed to just go over them again. 25 to 267. Heretics desperately trying to cap, but they can't do it. Only the aspiring champion lives, but not for long. Assault squad level 4. Here come Marco Zinc CSM. They lost the model. There's another Vomit. Maybe that was the actual Vomit. The other one's just a special. Chaos Predator is up. No mark yet. Might just save the resources and try to get something else rolling here. Because they are quite depleted, especially since the Great Unclean One and the tank can't cap points. Oh, there's the game. A single at the end was enough for Adila. Wasn't even paying attention. Chaos Lord got his claws at the end. Look at that. Level 5 and the Force Commander level 6. Still dead in base. It was a fun one. Did you guys... Didn't lose another model. Would have very quickly though. Everything else level 4. Basically. Bloodletter's only level 2 though. But there you have it guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.